if Trump wins 150 years from now, this will be referred to as the age of Trump. He dominates the policy debate in ways that no one has done since Reagan. It's not even close. And if he picks a strong VP, and we have every reason to believe he will, and if this new coalition becomes a governing coalition, well, it can be in power for 50 years. It could end up changing the world. And most importantly for us, for our kids, our grandkids, saving America.
Look, we might disagree with some of the specific things that Laura Ingraham said there, and we will analyze those. But I want to give her credit at least that, look, it's not the hardest thing in the world to deliver a monologue like that, reading it off a teleprompter, but it is significantly more difficult when you have to do it with both of Donald Trump's boots in your mouth. And I think that she did a pretty good job with the pronunciation, regardless of that.
The video will continue in just a moment, but first I have a message for you. TYT needs your help. Membership is vital to survival, so please go to tyt.com/team and become a member today.
But that was ridiculous. That was buffoonish. He dominates the policy debate. Look, if you want to say that he dominates the debate and thus there can be no talk of policy, sure, I guess that's fine. But the idea that anything about Trump or the MAGA movement or the Trump era that she's talking about has been uniquely focused on policy is utterly ridiculous. Infrastructure Week is a joke for a reason. The Donald Trump healthcare plan is a joke for a reason. He doesn't have the policies, but don't worry, he'll get back to you in 2 weeks or so. But anyway, if he gets in, he could end up changing the world. I do agree with her with that. I think that if he becomes president again, it will mark a very significant change in America and in the world. I just don't think that that change will save us in any way, Brett. What do you make of her mini Reich argument that she's making there?
It's weird, and it's already been disproven because Trump was president once. That's what they don't seem to understand is, like, if what you're saying is true, why didn't it happen already? He was president of the United States. All he did was lose various chambers of Congress. No one wants that thing. The only reason that the Republican Party swung back the other way is because Americans, by and large, are like, I don't know what will fix it, but I don't like it now. And so around the margins, people are so polarized, but around the margins, you can win back the House because people look at the president, they're like, ugh. There have been times when there are these giant coalition shifts in America where one party dominates at least one chamber of the government. The Democrats had this insane run of things for a while because they did some of the stuff they do now and some of the stuff the Republicans do now. It was this weird, unholy alliance between Southern racists and progressive everyone else's. That was it. That was how it worked. Something like that is something that Laura Ingraham is really crossing her fingers happens with Donald Trump the second go around, but no one has any reason to believe. The only person he dominates is your average Republican politician. He doesn't dominate Democrats. He doesn't dominate with normal people. He just bitch smacks your weirdos like you, and you've all obviously fallen in line. Just listen to how you're talking, Lolo.
100%. Yeah, no, he dominates Republicans like, Cesar Millan would dominate a dog. He does that, I suppose. He gives them a little like that. And she's dominated. That, as you said, that right there is evidence of her domination. Not just her. There's nothing special about Laura Ingraham at Fox. Most of them have already been exposed. We are years out from them having been exposed, thanks to their private text messages being leaked, that they don't like him, they don't like his lies, but they also really like being on TV. So please, please, please keep looking at me, to cite Brett's book. And so I'll remind you of some of those. So this is what she said about the attempt in 2020 of that governing coalition to hold on to power. She said, no serious lawyer could believe what they were saying. Talking about Trump's legal argument that the election had been stolen. No serious lawyer could believe it. Then on air, one night later, she told her viewers that she believed the election was rife with problems and potential fraud, but that Biden would be nonetheless inaugurated on January 20th, which, look, arguably is still more responsible than most of the Fox hosts. But she says in private, this is ridiculous, buffoonish, it's not true. And then to her viewers who she doesn't give a damn about, oh yeah, no, it was totally stolen, by the way. Tucker Carlson texted her around that time to say, Sidney Powell is lying, by the way. I caught her, it's insane. Sidney Powell is a complete nut, Ingraham responded. No one will work with her. Ditto with Rudy. It's unbelievably offensive to me, says Carlson. Our viewers are good people and they believe it. And then on air that very same night, Laura Ingraham criticized those who dismissed Trump's challenges as conspiracy theories. So again, she is dominated. She's on the ground, paws in the air. He nipped her in the belly or whatever, and now she's playing ball.
That's
because
hot.
she wants her salary and she wants her TV show. She doesn't want to be stuck on OAN or whatever, which probably wouldn't even have her at that point. And this is what the Trump era is. It's not about dominating a policy debate or leading the way to a bold new American future. It's about Republicans being cowed, being brought to heel by Donald Trump. America might well be okay, but the Republican Party, conservatism, that I'm not as sure about. And that said, super fast point, because we have another topic.
And Trumpism has made its way into how they're just mimicking him. And that's why you see the contradiction day in, day out among their own coverage. It's completely contradictory, arguments and framings of things like, oh, Trump is such a badass, but he's gonna lose the debate, and that's a good thing. It's a bunch of doublespeak throughout.
Yeah. Well, look, as ridiculous as that monologue by her was, if you don't think that Republicans can descend to deeper levels of humiliation, we've got a great example for you. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.